Maynard James Keenan.
Hey,
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
thank you.
And you've extended the party with another round of dates that will be here May 31st, American Family Amphitheater, Sessanta.
Yep, fun stuff.
So I didn't realize that's Italian for 60.
Yeah.
But it's Pacifer Primus, a perfect circle. And this idea came from your 50th, correct?
Yeah, for the 50th, it was Pussifer, Perfect Circle, and Failure. We did it at the Greek Theater in Hollywood. Good experience, definitely educational in terms of how we run things and the logistics and chaos of it all.
Right.
Figured we'd try it on for our U.S. tour.
I mean, did you ever realize it was going to turn into this sold-out tour?
You'd like to think all the tours are going to sell out.
Sure.
But, you never know, right? You just have to kind of strap in and just hope for the best. Do the best planning you can.
The idea of jamming with your friends for your 50th birthday, and now here we are doing this, with each show really being unique. So what, each band does a set, and then you guys kind of rotate throughout the night?
Yeah, we do like three songs, basically. Kind of round and round with each other. Mm-hmm. And take a break in the lounge while the other person's playing.
And the lounge is on stage.
Yep. We don't leave the stage.
This has got to be, you talk about logistics, it's got to be a nightmare for your crew.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they work hard. They definitely work harder than we do. So, and making sure that you're exiting this way and not coming on that way because a big, huge upright bass is coming on that way.
Right. And how many buses are on this tour?
I won't know till I get there.
Okay, because they do all the work.
Yeah, well, no, but we're all crammed in because we've got, we want to make sure that you're not spending extra money on buses, so we're all crammed in there like a clown car.
Fair.
Les has his own bus, so all his guys are on there, but we've probably got, I would imagine we have 2 crew buses and 2 band buses because we're all kind of crammed into them.
The first date is on Thursday. So what do you got to do to kind of prepare to be on the road? I mean, just being away from the responsibilities at home, the vineyard, the coffee, the academy, all of that.
Well, you just have to look at where your feet are standing and then do what I always do, which is get some sleep, drink water, take a moment, and then dig in.
And delegate.
Yeah, delegate. A lot of delegating, but definitely have to make sure you know where you're standing and what your goals are.
Well, I mean, you clearly have to be a very disciplined person.
I don't know about that. I definitely have. There's parts of me that are disciplined, and I guess those are the parts that help make this thing go. Sure.
So, with that being said, how do you keep yourself amused? Known for a good prank now and then?
Yeah. I mean, you definitely want to tie a can to somebody's tail now and then, but no, I think it's just being out here with your friends is enough.
Right.
Just being able to see everybody. Of course, you're always working on stuff, but
can we expect there to be any special guests?
That always comes down to within a couple days of the show, just because we can't expect that person to be there if they get called out for a tour or something happens. We don't want to announce it ahead of time.
Right.
But yeah, there's going to be a special guest across the country. So
more spontaneous.
Yeah, it has to be, because you can't tell somebody that that whoever's going to be there and then they can't show up because something came up. So
right. Just people's schedules and where you are, what city you're in, that sort of thing.
And expectations, Mm-hmm. So you can't let people down by saying, hey, so is going to be there, and then they're not.
Right. Well, aside from the tour, I did want to talk about Queen Bee Vinyl Cafe. This is relatively new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's my wife's project. Full new and used record collection. It's a full record store. It's on the RSD, the Record Store Day list. So she gets all the cool records for Record Store Day, and she's now part of the Women in Vinyl. So she's part of Coalition of Independent Music Stores and Women in Vinyl and Record Store Day. It's a legit record store. She has performances. People coming through town doing in-stores. They'll pop up from Phoenix or down from Flagstaff on their way through the state on tour and do shows. She has a full on-demand printer, T-shirt printer on site, and then connected to the building is the full kitchen cafe menu, and that's where I have the roaster. So I've been roasting coffee for her cafe and for coffee club.
It sounds like a really cool concept. How long, by the way, have you been making coffee?
About September last year.
Okay. And we can buy it. We can go to, I would imagine, Queen Bee Vinyl Cafe. There's a website.
Yep, absolutely.
And a Cafe and Vinyl of the Month Club. So getting that off the grounds before you head on tour.
Yeah, I think we're going to add a single bag club, because apparently people were like, I'm not making it through 2 bags of coffee a month, which is like, what's wrong with you?
What's your favorite?
You go through 2 bags of coffee a month, come on.
Yeah, I could do that in a weekend. What would you recommend?
Well, it depends on what you like. So if you like, we're mostly a medium to light roaster.
Okay.
That's kind of like the third wave coffee profile. But we do have more of an dark Italian roast. But that's if you like that. Most everything else is going to be a medium to light roast.
I usually am always into the bolder brews, so that would be a darker for me.
Yep, there you go. So Napalm or the Queen Bee Christopher Cafe Italian blend.
And I understand, because you're not doing enough, you might be getting into gin and chocolate?
Possibly. You never know. We haven't really announced anything about the gin yet, so...
Okay.
You'll have to just bite your tongue for the moment.
All right. I will wait for that. I'm a gin drinker too, so.
All right. You'll love it then.
And then as far as jiu-jitsu, how often are you able to teach classes at the academy?
Well, I've been on the road pretty much nonstop since the beginning of the year, so I haven't been in there much at all lately. I won't be back in there until, of course, June. Now I'm around Sessanta.
And then you did put out the great In-Between, an introduction to jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, so there's a little dabble. So if you have an academy in your area, you'll definitely enjoy that movie. Will kind of give you a little glimpse of, don't be scared to start. Doesn't matter how old you are, you can start at any age.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm 50 and honestly have been thinking about wanting to start something along those lines. So that would be the perfect introduction.
Yep, absolutely.
But Sessanta, we are looking forward to you, Pucifer, A Perfect Circle, now working on new music too, both bands, correct?
Mm-hmm. Well, the Pucifer is almost finished. We have just a few little bits. I think Matt just showed me an email yesterday that Sarah Jones finished up a couple sets of drums. She tracked over in England, so we got those sessions. Gunnar already tracked his parts. But yeah, it's all track. I'm going to fix some vocals while we're on the road, but he's mixing pretty soon. So it's out this fall.
Okay, great. We'll look forward to that and seeing you May 31st, American Family Amphitheater. Thank you so much for the conversation. I know you're rehearsing, so I'll let you get back to it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.